4 months after his assassination shook Iran, triggered months of war and heightened tensions across the Middle East, Iran has begun its final farewell to late Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. It is a week-long farewell ceremony and thousands have poured into Tehran from across the world. Let's take a look at the visuals now that have come in from Tehran. Iranian authorities unveiled Ali Khamenei's casket at the Grand Mosalla, where his body has been kept in a glass case for the public to pay their last respects. This was his office in Tehran. This was the exact site where he was killed on the 28th of February. From Tehran, you can see emotional mourners. They're seen weeping. Loud chants of revenge kept echoing through that venue. Now, banners have read, "Kill Trump." Those were the kind of banners that were raised. That reflects the deep anti-US sentiment that's been on display. With that, let's get you some more information and some more breaking news that's now coming in, because exiled Iranian opposition figure Reza Pahlavi has also sharply criticized the ceremony that was held for Iran's Supreme Leader, claiming that it does not reflect the sentiments of Iranian people. So in a post on X, Pahlavi alleged that Iranians are mourning thousands of people who've been killed during crackdown under the current leadership rather than grieving the country's ruler. He's also accused the current dispensation of spending public money on what he described as a propaganda event, and then asserted that the absence of democratic world leaders at this particular ceremony underscored Iran's international isolation. He further claimed that public anger against the ruling establishment continues to grow and would ultimately challenge the regime's hold on power. But let's get you some more voices that are coming in as we get these pictures from Tehran. This is the final farewell to Ayatollah Ali Khamenei.
ما هممون طالب انتقام رهبر شهیدمون هستیم و این انتقام باید یک چیز عملی و جزئی باشه. به چه معنا؟ به این معنا که خون تمام کسانی که و شاید و باید و تابت علی قتله باید ریخته بشه زمین.
من بچه کوچیک دارم، گذاشتم خونه و اومدم فقط برای این که بگم رهبرم به خاطر ایرانش رفت. ایرانش از این به بعد ما باید زنده نگه داریم.
All right, so we're getting you pictures from Tehran, but there's also criticism coming in. The contrary voice coming in is that of Reza Pahlavi. And Reza Pahlavi, he is the exiled Iranian opposition figure who has sharply criticized this ceremony that has been held. So let's take you through the post of Reza Pahlavi. What does he say? He says to the foreign representatives in Tehran to mourn Iran's deceased dictator Ali Khamenei, Iran is not mourning him. Iran is mourning more than 40,000 sons and daughters slaughtered on the 8th of January and on the 9th of January by Khamenei, by Ghalibaf, and by their machinery of repression. The regime is spending vast amounts of the Iranian people's wealth to stage this propaganda spectacle, yet not a single democratic leader has attended. What you see today is not a nation in grief for its ruler. It is a nation filled with righteous anger, and that anger and heroic bravery will bring down what remains of this criminal regime. Let me go across to Ashok Sajjanar, who's joining us on this broadcast. Good morning, Mr. Sajjanar. So there's also criticism. There's a contrary voice that's coming in while we see pictures of mourners from Tehran. And this voice is that of Reza Pahlavi, who says that this is a spectacle, a PR by the current regime in Iran. But the fact remains that this is not the people of Iran who are mourning a leader. This is the people who are mourning the fact that thousands and thousands were killed due to repression. What's your take on, the situation as it unfolds and the message that Iran is trying to send the world?
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. Meaning, to an extent, I agree with what Reza Pahlavi has said, and to an extent, I don't. So where I agree with him is that, yes, definitely it is choreographed. It is a very sort of, curated event, basically to get all the people under the regime to tell them that, what is the oppression and injustice that they have been facing, and they all must unite and rise up against that. So that is one in terms of drumming up support as far as the domestic audience is concerned. Second is to send out a message, choreographed very, very well, that to the international community that we are united and seen this conflict over the last whatever 100 odd days. But has there been any single protest in his favor in Iran or anywhere else in the world? No. He doesn't, meaning he's trying to seek relevance for himself, which is good, which is, what he will try to do. But the last point here I would like to say is, you see, the regime in Iran, IRGC, is a very oppressive regime.
Right.
It's a very repressive regime. If, the people don't come out for this mourning, they will be singled out.
Okay.
And they will be sort of, there'll be repercussions, there'll be implications for them. So it is also, they might not have, they might not be 100% invested in what they are doing by coming onto the streets and mourning and crying and wailing. But they can't afford to stay back home and be targeted.
Yes. Mr. Sajjanar, I want you to stay with us because there is another aspect of this story I want to draw your attention to, and I also want you to explain that to our audiences, because Donald Trump has issued a statement on Iran saying that the US would not take action because it would leave no one to negotiate with. He also commented on Ayatollah Khamenei's funeral in Iran, saying that he was actually surprised to see people crying. He said he believed that there was widespread hostility towards the supreme leader. So that's what Donald Trump is saying. He's saying he's actually surprised to see these pictures where he's seeing people mourning, where Iran is trying to project how there is grief, there is this outpouring for Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. So Donald Trump says that he's absolutely surprised because he thought that there was widespread hostility towards Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. What's your take on what the President of the United States has to say?
You know what the President of the United States says? He is displaying his ignorance. He is displaying his ignorance. The President of the United States says he is displaying his ignorance. He is displaying his ignorance of the cultural moorings of Iran, of the Shia world. You know, for the Shia world, he is a martyr. Ali Khamenei is a martyr, and this is what he's being projected as, this is what he's being seen as, and that is why sort of, people are coming out onto the street. Meaning you see that, the Imam Hussein and Hassan, that was in 656. Till today, people are sort of, the Shia Muslims. Okay. They wail and they mark his shahadat, his tribute, pay tribute to him against in his fight against injustice. So, this is a practice. Shahadat, martyrdom, is celebrated in Shiaism. And the second point, as I said, that this is a repressive regime. So, people cannot really afford to stay inside. The other thing is, if Ali Khamenei was so unpopular, then this war has been going on for this 100+ days. Those people who were opposed to him, they would have come out on the streets. They would have demonstrated. But nothing of that sort has happened. So I think Mr. Trump needs to get himself a little more educated about, the culture of the Oriental world.
Now, Mr. Sajjanar, he shot off another warning to Iran as death to America. Those chants once again echo on the streets. Thank you so much for joining us on this broadcast. Let's quickly shift our focus now, viewers.